Hello artists, we are going to create a cardboard collage in descending order. That means we're going to go from large to small, descending. It's going to descend or get smaller as it goes to the point. And you might actually start with 5 to 7 shapes. I'm starting just to show you with the squares. 2 are the same size. I'm going to cut one smaller than the other, but right now I'm keeping them all the same. If I have them go like this, it actually looks like it is going to be a pyramid. If I move them into a different pattern, like each one, do you see how different this can look? And obviously these will be too smaller. It can be totally a different piece of art. I could even make it go kind of starting from the center axis and then just kind of moving it. Obviously it would be better, but getting smaller, smaller, smaller as it goes along. It's up to me how I want to do it. My first thing is I'd want to make a different shape other than a square, and I'm going to keep them all the same. I'm just going to cut, they're all going to be the same shape. So I'm cutting my shapes into circles. So I'm going to say a perfect square, if you could just round the corners, you can equal a circle. So I'm going to try and do it myself. I did it. The next one, remember I want it to be a little smaller than this. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut it. I picked the hardest scissors to cut with. For some reason they're not opening and closing well. But I'm just rounding these corner edges. And when you use cardboard and scissors, you kind of, if you use it closer to the fulcrum or the center part right here, you can really get the strongest part of the scissor to cut for you. Sometimes I have to, if you trace the shape ahead of time, that would be good too, but I'm kind of like I'll wing it. It's just a piece of cardboard. I'll keep trying. So right now I have small, almost bigger than the last one. I'm going to move this so we can see what's going on here. I'm just rounding each corner. And if I can bring it closer, you can see. So if you have a heart or a star or different shapes, you can draw it ahead of time and then have your shape work. Maybe you would want to do some kind of pattern like circle, square, circle, square. It's up to you, but for me, I wanted to practice the art of making a perfect circle. It always starts with a square. An oval would start with a rectangle first. So I'm just going to keep continuing this until I get all of these to be circles, and then I can play around with how do I want these circles to line up, one right under the other in descending order, or would I want it to be kind of on a diagonal or kind of a straight up and down. If you are in my class and you have scraps, put them in the center of the table if you don't feel like dealing with them, and then at the end of class we will take them away. So this is good to watch, right? I can see not every time do I get the corners to be perfect, so I just kind of keep going around till I get it to be right. And then the last one, so I'm just going to cut, and this is my base. This is all of the pieces are going to form from right on to this base. So I'm going to cut it out. It's sort of weird right now. I'll fix this up. And we have lots of different circles that you can trace, or different shapes if you need them. I can help you with that. So now here I go. I might put them all kind of on this angle. That's going to be diagonal. My dog is getting involved. Thank you, Momo. It could be like that. Ooh, look at it. It looks kind of like a cornucopia. Maybe I could make them all kind of go out. He's trying to get the other dogs in just like a regular diagonal. Ta-da! Maybe I can put them all just right in the center. Whatever I decide on, when I'm finally finished with what I like, I'm going to glue them together with just regular glue stick. And then we'll work on the next part, which will be how are we going to paint these things? So that will be kind of neat. And if they don't balance, sometimes I sneak a different, like scrap of paper underneath. If it's like seesawing, like it falls down too much, then I might just put a piece there. No one will ever know it's there, but yet it will help with my cardboard to stay. So right now it's cardboard color, a nice beautiful brown, but in the future I'm going to definitely paint this, and I'm going to paint it just like descending order. I'm going to paint it from light to dark values of a color. So we're going to have fun mixing colors to have shading and tinting. So that is going to be kind of neat. And so when I glue it, obviously I put on enough glue and have a lot of patience with it. Just kind of hold that little piece on there. But you see how it's kind of diagonal, it's like falling over. Sometimes when I finish something, I look on the back and I say, oh, I could maybe stack like a little high heel on the back so it holds it up. Or maybe the cool part is that it's leaving a shadow and kind of falling over a little bit. It's kind of neat. So I kind of want to move it a little bit more. My dog is still growling. I think that's he's very consistent. Okay, so, and persistent. And then you might say, does it look cool like this or like this? It's up to you. And the next part, we will learn about how to mix colors and paint this amazing sculpture.